Hello and welcome to the Heroic Scale podcast. I am Dale.
And I am Robert.
Oh, is that how we're doing it this time?
Yeah, that's today.
so this is your wargaming news and shenanigans podcast. What have you been working on this week, Robert?
Well, does purchasing count?
Yes, purchasing does count.
Okay.
That's new.
Well,
That's new army news. That's
okay. It's all same.
yeah.
So first, we're gonna start off with the one, the only Tuggernauts. Um, I am happy with his clothes, like we talked about last week. But I'm not quite happy with his skin. I think the wash. No. So
like, absolutely not.
Yeah, absolutely no. So what I tried to do was I tried to dry brush on some of the flesh back on, like just with the flesh shade I had.
Yeah.
But some reason it started smearing potentially. Oh no, that's not what happened. Okay, so this is what actually happened.
So what had happened was
So it had the color on it already, right? The flesh shade, and then it was already shaded.
Yeah.
So then I have a contrast paint called Skeleton Horde.
That's a white. No, that's a brown, right? It's like a brownish.
Yeah, it's like a brownish white. It's what I use for my Tyranids
right, you
flesh.
make it for bone, right? It's for bone.
Yeah. So I tried brushing that over to see what it did, and I kind of liked it, but I liked it on his right arm, but not his left arm. So then I tried to brush some flesh shade back onto the left arm, and I think it was still wet.
Yeah.
So it kind of looked a little weird. So then I just agraxed over it again, and then got like a and then waited like a couple hours, and I think I like wiped it down a little bit. So it's okay. It's not the best, and I don't think I'm 100% happy with it yet, but it's kind of is what it is at this point.
You're gonna start layering on too much at this point, and without.
Yeah. So I'm just like it's fine. I'm happy with. I can convince myself I'm happy with it.
If you do want to change it, all you have to do, like for really quick fixes, like just the arm, whatever, like get a little Q-tip and then put some rubbing alcohol on it, and then just rub it on that area really quick, and then wipe it off with a paper towel, and it'll come right off, and then that'll be fine. Like it'll, and you can just do it in that little area instead of doing like the whole model all over again.
Yeah, we'll see. And then in other news, we talked about how potentially I was going to start a Stormcast, like update my Stormcast army. But I think I'm not going to do that. Doing some research, and after a discussion last week about how finding out that corn wasn't used much, I looked into it, and I really like the models. The model range is really cool. You get a bunch of variety of stuff. And today I picked up the Codex, and I have purchased on eBay a Bloodthirster. So
Blades of Corn, here you come.
Yeah, Blades of Corn, here I come. I'm pretty much all in at this point. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. So the next steps would be to get the getting started boxes. The one for, I think the mortal one, because I'm not really using a ton of demons. But I need to get 2 of those because I want to use the Blades of Corn in it as well as the monsters, and then one of the generals, and then general in it. So then I'll have a general left over, and then I'll have 10 of the other battle line left over, because that's what'll be from the other box. But then I'll need to buy a 10-pack of Blades of Corn, not Blades of Corn, Corn Berserkers, whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Like they're because they're only 5 in the box. So they're squads of 10.
You can probably sell the extra leader guy too on the Facebook group, and then
or honestly, I might just look on
or trade
eBay and find if someone's like split up the box and just buy what I need, because I definitely need to buy 1 box for sure. Yeah. Like, and I need all the contents inside of it. And then I'll get I'll get 5 total Blood Warriors, and I'll get 10 Blood Reavers. So that'll be good. And then I just need I technically would need another 15 Blood Warriors. And then I'm going to use the Korgoth inside of it, inside of that box as well. So that's good for that. And then one of my HQs would be Korgus Call, who is the guy with the puppy. I like to call him the guy with the puppy. So that's who I'll use for that. His axe Like you could delete monsters on a 5-up. If I wound you with it with the weapon, I after combat's over, I roll a dice, and if it's a 5-up, you're gone. You're just gone.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
Yep.
Like no save, no nothing, no chances.
Yeah.
You could have 50 wounds and it doesn't matter. You're gone.
Yeah, but the wound has to hit though, right? It has to go through. Like the wound has to.
Yeah, I have to have had done damage to you.
Yeah.
And he only has 3 attacks.
Mm.
So it's like you only have 3 attacks with that weapon, but then there's ways of giving him more attacks with being next to banners and stuff like that. So then I will also be getting a Lord of Khorne on Juggernaut. That'll be like my main general. Just really cool in general. And then a Slaughter Priest.
Yep.
For my end the spell that I want, which is going to be the Wrath Axe.
Yeah.
I will also be picking up 2 Skull Cannons, the Skull Altar, and Wrathmongers.
Are the Skull Cannons good, or are they like
They're pretty decent. Looking at the stat line real quick. They have a 30-inch range. That's good. Which is great. 7 wounds. It's 1 attack though at 30 inches. 3s though. -2 rend and d6 damage.
Okay. That's not bad.
And then it you add your hit roll is a 2 if there's more than 10 models in the unit. So that's good. And they have good melee abilities and stuff like that too, which is actually pretty interesting. So I'll take 2 of those. The Wrathmongers are good for melee, and then I'm getting the Bloodthirster, obviously. And then my last HQ will be a Skull Taker. He's a demon leader, and his sword is 3 attacks. That does 3 damage a piece. But if you roll a 6 on the wound, you also do 3 mortal wounds automatically.
Nice.
So it's like you're potentially doing 6 damage with 1 hit, which is really cool.
So I'm hearing a lot of cool stuff, but I'm not hearing Archon. Does he go into your list at all, or
who?
Archon.
Archeon or whatever.
Archon, yeah.
The big 3-headed thingy.
Yeah, the 800-point model.
No, absolutely not. It's too many points. Like it's too many points. We're talking about it. Like we've talked about it before. It's just a game of. It's kind of a game of like different squads and different numbers.
He's good, like how the Seraphon dinosaur is good. Like he's good like that.
Well, okay, but I could just get the dragon.
And he's on a reasonable size base.
Oh, we looked up the wrong model last time when we were talking about the Blades of Khorne big huge monster thing.
Oh, really?
We totally looked at the wrong thing because it's not a behemoth. It's under HQ. And it is 1,250 points.
Oh, okay.
It has 30 wounds. Okay. And it is even beastlier. Okay. I would definitely say. His tail is 3d6 attacks.
Nice.
And each of those hits do 3 damage. Like, so this thing is definitely cool, and obviously I would get him if it wasn't so expensive. But I might want to do find a account says no, he's like $800.
Well, and you would get him if it wasn't Forge World, because those models suck, man. They're so warped and gross, and there's so much.
Yeah, and it's really fun to build your own. And I was actually thinking of getting Smaug. The Game of Thrones, not Game of Thrones. What am I talking about? Middle Earth model, the Smaug, which would be kind of cool. I also think it's Forge World, which I could be speaking out my ass here real quick, but I'm looking real quick.
I think you're right. I think it might be
The Hobbit miniatures, evil Smaug. Yeah, $625.
Yeah, I was like, he's expensive as heck too.
Yeah, so I'd have to find some sort of dragon proxy, which is actually kind of cool because they just came out with those dragons for Stormcast. Obviously they don't look evilly and corny enough, but like if you look at the actual Forge World model for this monster, it just looks like a dragon.
I'm looking at Forge World's website right now. They do not have him on there anymore.
He was literally there this week.
It's not
because it was timed. They were getting rid of it.
Yeah, it's not there anymore.
Under Chaos. Oh yeah, he's gone. Yeah. So that's the end of the era right there.
Well, I was trying to figure out what his name was so you can look on like
it's like
3, and then like you could
cool
3D printable one.
For sure, but like Yeah, I liked because like I like the way my Dread Sauron turned out.
Yeah.
So it would be really cool to customize one, and obviously
Well,
I
if you're
have
getting 2 start collecting boxes, you'll have a lot of the extra bits too. Which is funny because that army's
true.
built out of 2 start collecting boxes, or just one.
It's built out of one,
Yeah, so
and
it's
then
like
I bought an extra
cavalry army.
cavalry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's funny. Like they're basically like you're having starter box armies,
I
which
like
is pretty
starter
good.
box armies. It's cool because it's like it's more bang for your buck, right? And
So
especially the Sauron one, it goes so far.
yeah. So how does it feel? Oh, the Bastillodons though weren't in there. How does
Yeah.
it feel to own 2 Order armies and 2 Chaos armies?
Well, I don't technically own 2 Chaos armies
I
yet.
mean, you will though.
Yeah, so I'll have Stormcast, I have Lizardmen, I'll have Slaves of Darkness, and I have
Blades of Cord.
Blades of Corn. Am I missing something? I feel like I'm
I
missing
feel like you
something.
had another army, but it was another Order army, wasn't it? Like I don't remember. It's like, is there another army that you have that you don't
I
play?
started with Slaves,
Yes.
and then I got your Stormcast, and then kind of upgraded that.
Right.
Then I went to Lizardmen,
Yes.
and now I'm going to Corn. Yeah, no, I think that's it. I think I just have I have a lot of there's so many different ways to build Stormcasts.
Oh yeah.
I just think I just have like a lot of that, like a lot of it.
Yeah, because it's different for me because like I have one of every faction, and then
Yeah.
and you have
I was
two
thinking
of two
about
factions. Which
yeah.
I mean, like
I
we
was
were talking
thinking,
last week though, like death doesn't really have anything that interests you, and
yeah.
then destruction's kind of a shit show right
Yeah, I
now.
like the ogres, but it's like
Yeah,
I
ogres are
just don't.
dope.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I just can't get myself to do it for some reason. Like
Yeah.
Corn seems
Well,
cooler.
I like the regular ogres, not the ones that are riding the
I
like the
like the mammoth
tundra
ones.
orcs.
I like the tundra orcs, the ogres,
Ogres, yeah.
tundra ogres. Um, yeah, I was actually thinking about getting rid of my mammoth just to clear up some space, just because I don't really use it anymore.
Yeah, and I think
But
there's a lot of better options out there now too. That if you wanted to make another one, like we could print you a really sick war mammoth, like that actually looks like the war mammoth.
yeah, I mean, this one's just built off the mammoth from
Yeah,
uh,
from Lord of the Rings, and it's way too
Lord of the Rings.
small.
It's small, but it's not the right size base.
Yeah, it's
But
on the rest of his base, but the model's too small.
the elephant is too small. It's
Yeah.
actually like if you think about it in terms of like sizing and stuff like that, it's totally fine, but it just looks a little off. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Cool.
that's it.
Cool. So I worked on stuff. Um,
Oh, really?
I
What
did.
today?
Yep. So
That's usually me.
I did it. I did it right when you texted me. That's what I was doing. So I was able to continue painting the Maw Crusher. I finished up painting the Maw Crusher for my orc army, and have begun painting Mordrak on top. Gordrak on top of it. Um, and then I think last week we talked about the paint scheme. It was like black and stuff like that. But I changed the paint scheme again
Oh my god.
to go, instead of the black, we're using blue now to give it like a red, white, and blue kind of color.
Mhm.
Some Freedom America orcs, and I think they look a lot better. I think they look cool. Thankfully, I had only painted one guy already, so I only had to just repaint him. So that's not a big deal. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been painting Gordrak, and then working on some prop stuff, but that's not miniature related. Yeah, so that's all I've been up to. I haven't been thinking of a new army. I mean, I'm always kind of thinking of new armies, but
Loser.
well, I mean, technically the orcs are going to be a little new, right? From their I'm upgrading them to the
Just getting a fresh paint job.
yeah. Well, and I'm buying new units, and I bought the new codex.
Mm.
So I've been reading through that and looking at what they do. But yeah, so that's kind of where I am at right now. So I think, and we didn't play any games, correct? I don't think so, right?
Oh, we're moving on to gaming? Is that what we're doing?
No, I mean, right. That's what we did. Like, did we play any games? I
We
don't.
usually do that at the end, but
No, we don't. We do
yes.
it right after this.
Oh, I guess so. Games were played.
They were. What did we play?
Not you. I didn't play with you.
Oh,
Hold the presses, everyone. I didn't play with you.
oh, okay.
So last week, big topic, tactics.
Oh yeah.
I have procured some of these little bad boys, and I played against my wife. And let me tell you, this is dangerous. Eyeballs were almost lost. but
So you have to wear safety
really,
glasses when you play.
I would definitely recommend it for sure. Like these things shoot hard, dude. So I have currently what I have two battle droids, three clone troopers, and Commander Bly.
Nice.
So so like you build your points like you would normally play like Warhammer. So it's like each character has a point cost, and you build your armies to be equal. So what the goal technically is, but right now I really can't do that. Um, so we did a 3-on-3 fight, and I used two battle droids and a clone trooper, and my wife used two clone troopers and Commander Bly. And Commander Bly is worth, let's see, he's like 3 times as much as a clone trooper. And I think what this has to do with is it's like his girth. So he sits better on his
Yeah,
base.
let's say what
He,
determines point cost. Like,
so okay, I'm explaining it all to you right now, boy. All right. So he's girthy and he's heavier. So I think it's harder to knock him over. And the goal of this game is to knock the people over.
right.
And like that's how you kill them. That's how they're out. So it's a dexterity miniature game. You can also move farther than the other ones. And so what they do is they have little clicks on the bottom of them, and so it's like a little wheel on the bottom of the base. And so you move it along the table and it clicks. And after however many clicks you can move, you just stop. And that kind of changes the bottom of the base. There's a color on the bottom of the base. So when he gets knocked over, you could activate a special power, which is cool. And his blaster, I think, has a stronger spring in it.
Okay.
He's actually easier to aim as well, and his missile is thicker. Like it has a little girthy peni end on it.
Okay.
So we set up just we did a short battlefield, and we played with a butter dish and a trash can and a little thing of yarn that we had laying around. And I didn't knock out any of hers, but she got up in my face with Commander Bly and just knocked all my stuff over real easy. I was like, dang.
And
And none of my
what's the kitty cat situation with the darts?
so currently Louis is freezing his ass off.
Oh.
So he is nowhere to be found.
Well, if you bring him over tomorrow, then definitely.
Oh, I'm bringing them.
Chandu's gonna.
I'm bringing them.
We'll see how Chandu likes them.
Yeah, I'm definitely bringing them because we're planning on going to Frankincense as well, and I will be picking up more.
If they have them.
Yeah, if they have them. But I have ordered. So you'll play 100 points is like the standard game match. So what I have on order is, so it's going to be Separatists versus Clones. Is kind of how I have it set up right now. And so my droid army will be 2 battle droids, 2 super battle droids, Commander Grievous, and Grievous's guards. So it's like a melee guy.
Yeah.
So that'd be cool. And I think they can move like 12, which is really crazy. And then the clone army I have set up is going to be, I think it's 4 clone troopers, Commander Bly, a clone commander, and a clone captain.
No Jedi general?
Huh? No Jedi. Just because there's so many points.
Yeah.
And it's like you want to like spam. Like I feel like it's fun to spam all these missiles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's what I got for them. And they're 10 points over, but it's fine. I don't really care.
Yeah.
Because I have Grievous, right? Stuff. Yeah, exactly. At the end of the day, you still got to aim. Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, I got them. They're on their way. Some more on the way. And it's really fun. I really enjoyed it.
Nice. Well, cool.
And we'll play tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, and we'll also be playing some Marvel Crisis Protocol, possibly. And
what do you mean, possibly?
Well, possibly. Who knows if the day gets away from us? We don't know what's going to happen at Frankincense. And then maybe some Mech Warrior. That's a maybe though, because I kind of forgot how to play.
Yeah, I actually had it planned on it. So.
Oh, okay, cool. So then just Marvel.
and a tactics.
Oh, and a tactics. All right, cool. So then let's move on into the news. So we always start off with the 40K news, because that's always what there seems to be the most of. I mean, probably right now.
Hey, that's not my fault.
What would it be your fault?
I said it's not my fault.
Oh, okay. So there'll be new pre-orders available today, for the Eldar.
Yep.
So you'll be able, because last week was the new set, the Eldritch Omens set. That came with a lot of the new models and some stuff like that. But now you'll be able to get the Codex, Mugen Ra, the Dark Reapers, the Warlocks, and Guardians, dice and data cards, and then all these like Y name people, Yvrain, the emissary of Yanid, and her bodyguard Visark, and the Incarn thing, the avatar for the other guys, the little ghost one that we were talking about.
Mhm.
So those will all be for pre-order today, which is pretty cool. So that means they're getting a lot of stuff. I don't. Is the avatar already out? I didn't realize. I didn't see where he was.
I didn't see
He has
him
to be
on the
out,
site
right?
just
Like,
now.
because I didn't see him. I didn't see him for available for pre-order or anything yet. So I was like, did he come out already? Let me see.
He is
Not on pre-order.
not a pre-order unless we new releases.
Or
No,
is
if
he
he
out?
is, he's not here.
Is he out?
No,
Let's look at Eldari.
because it would have been
Oh,
on
so I
here.
guess he's not out yet. Oh, they are kind of hyping him up still on the website. So I guess that's understandable why that's like that then. Well, cool then. So there's still more releases for Eldars to come. That's kind of cool that they're kind of spacing it out a bit, but also like kind of rip the band-aid and just get it all out so people can buy it,
Mhm.
But it could be like a shipping thing too because of the comeback tour and now the other comeback tour that's happening. So so they also previewed the Wraith Nights this week, which are cool because I like the Wraith Nights. I think they're really cool, like giant mechs. Like those are dope.
Are they the big white ones?
Yeah, they're big mechs. They're big like people mechs.
Oh yeah. Okay, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I like those.
So they have a couple forms, I guess. So it's called the Wraithbone form. It makes it so that every time an attack is allocated to it, it subtracts 1 from the damage. So that's pretty cool. So you'll be taking 1 less damage every time you get hit. They have Agile Construct, and that gives them a 5-up invuln save. And then if you put a scatter shield on it, like that you used to be able to, it would become a 4-up invuln save. So these are kind of like their own Imperial Knights in their own respect kind of deal.
Yeah, I
I
wonder
mean,
what the health is on these things.
I haven't seen that. They haven't shown that. So yeah, I wonder
Do you
what it
think
is.
they bracket?
Definitely. I think they
So
definitely
then,
bracket, and I think they definitely have way less health and everything than the Knights because the Knights
so
are its own army.
what's the rule on brackets like over? So it's over 12 wounds, pretty much. Because like don't the little glaive warglaive knights bracket?
Yeah, I think so.
You play them, you should know.
Oh
So
yeah. Those do bracket.
yeah, so then I think this will have probably like maybe like 12 or
Wait,
14.
do they bracket? All of the brackets is their movement and some like to hits and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
on
yeah,
it.
yeah. It's not
Yeah,
going to be a bunch of stuff, but yeah, they do bracket in
yeah.
some ways. Like their ballistic skill will go up or something.
So they have a couple different weapon choices. So you got the Titanic Ghost Glaive. That's their big melee weapon. It has 2 attacks. It has like 2 different attacks. Like not like the model has 2 attacks. It has
Yeah,
2
strike
different.
and a sweep.
Yeah, so it has a strike that is strength +6,
Ooh.
AP 4, damage 6. So that's a pretty big hit. I don't know how many attacks it has. I'm guessing probably 3 or 4.
Probably 3. I
Yeah,
would say
so
3.
that's 18. That's 18 wounds possibly they can dish out at AP 4. Like
Yeah.
that's significant. And then the sweep is the strength of the Ghost Knight of the Wraith Knight.
Which is probably what, 4 or 5?
No, I'm guessing 8. It's got to be like
No.
it's got to be like Dreadnought
Look
strength.
at these flimsy little arms. You think that's
I
an
don't know.
8?
Yeah.
That's the thing. I
It'll be
think
a
they're
7. It'll
not.
be a 7.
It might be a 7, like so they don't get the 14.
um, but it's that strength user AP 3 damage 2, and it does 3 hits for every 1 attack. So like you have 4 attacks characteristics on the model, you get 3 attacks for every 1 that you spend of it. So
So that'd be 12 attacks.
yeah, so that's cool. I mean, you get, and it's different than they usually is. It's usually just 1 more attack, so you get 2 attacks.
Yeah, and
usually
it's good.
3.
So like you can deal with those horde units,
Yeah.
and you can deal with the tank units, and you don't have to worry about picking like
Right.
one weapon to deal with one or the other. You get both, which is
Right,
cool.
and
Which
especially
I like what they're starting to do.
especially since the damage doesn't spill over. Like
Oh my god, get over it!
never, I'm never gonna get over it. It's
Oh
melee.
my
The
god!
Wraith Knight swinging in melee.
Oh my!
No, but I'm saying, but like, especially now having more attacks in melee is better. They also have the Sun Cannon.
Ew, strength 8.
It's range 48, heavy 2d6, strength 8, AP 3, damage 3, with a
Ew.
blast special rule. So
Ew.
I like it. I like it.
I mean, so let's talk about what's cool about it. The range is long.
It's
Great.
really
You
big.
can shoot across the table, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Variable attack, which might be able to alter with a stratagem or something. Strength 8, not good. This is like I'm thinking of this kind of as like an anti-tank weapon. Just the look of it, it's like called the sun cannon. Like, what else are you going to use that for? Melting through
It's kind of
tanks,
like the fire dragons have. It's kind of
or
the
like
fire version of their gun.
yeah, or like melting through knights. This isn't going to give you that. Like, you're still hitting on 4s against the knight, so it's like this isn't. You're still wounding on 4s, so it's not as cool as I'd want it to be. 4s or 3s. AP3. I mean, I guess that's cool for like Terminators, and the damage 3 being good because that is Terminator killer.
Yeah.
Basically, like I kind of like this is what I feel like it is, a Terminator killer weapon. And blast obviously sucks because obviously it's good because you're going to be getting your max amount of attacks. You'll get 16 attacks if it's a big group of people, like Gene Stealers or something.
It'd be 12, right? 2d6.
Oh, sorry, yeah, I can't do math.
Like, wait, what?
But since it's a blast, you can't shoot it in melee. So if someone ties you up,
Right.
you're not going to be able to shoot this in melee.
Yeah, but I don't know if you can have both weapons on you, that Ghost Glaive and this weapon. And if
Yeah,
you can,
one's a
then
right
it's
arm, one's a
like,
left arm.
then like that's fine. Who cares? Like you have a good enough ranged weapon, and then you can just wreck the rest of it in melee. So like I
Looking at the
see-
pictures, looking at the picture above, one of them has 2 sun cannons, and one of them has one of the glaives and a shield.
Yeah, so I think that's fine. I think it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, having 2 sun cannons would actually be pretty cool.
Yeah.
4d6 attacks.
Yeah.
Like, hello.
Yeah, so it's like it's not bad. I don't think it's bad.
It's not bad. I just like I feel like it's a Terminator killer, but it's called the Sun Killer, and that's why I kind of get mad at it because
I think it fills its role, right? They have a lot of other the Eldar have a lot of other things available to them that can
they
fill
do,
other
but it's
roles.
close range. It's all close range though. Like this is that 48-inch range, which is like something you don't really see in like at least in their melee units because it's all like 18 or 12.
I'm talking fire prisms, and that's range 60.
Strength.
So
okay.
So I think it's not really short range. I think they're fine. I think they're fine what they are. I think especially with the web wave rules and stuff like that and teleporting and shit, I think they're fine. Like you'll be there. So that's for the Wraith Knights. Then there was a Shining Spears preview. Those are the guys that are on top of the little speeder bikes with the little lances. Pretty cool. They get to reroll all their charges, and they can charge in the same turn that they fall back. With a special attribute called the Wild Host, which is cool. I mean, always like being able to charge and run in the same turn, and then fall back and charge is also really good, especially in this game.
Yeah.
They have a move characteristics of 16. So and they
Great.
also they get an automatic 6 when they advance, so they can automatically go the maximum.
Yep.
So they can go really far. And that's the Warriors of the Raging Wind stratagem. They can charge in the same turn they advance. So that will let them charge in advance, and then by default they can retreat in advance.
Is that targeted to a keyword or targeted to one unit?
One unit of the Shining Spears.
I know you could just say it's all Shining Spears, but still that'd be kind of cool.
I don't think it's once per game, so I think you can use it multiple times.
Yeah, but you can use it like per turn. You can only use it on one unit.
Right.
Yeah.
They can be a core unit choice. Which,
that's cool.
Again, that's cool. There's also a relic jet bike, the Sunstorm relic jet bike that you can put on an Autarch or a Farseer, the Farseer Skyrunner guy, and that has a move characteristic of 20 and has objective secured. So that's pretty cool. You can give your HQ guy a 20-inch move, and he has objective secured by himself. They have the weapon, the Laser Lance. It's pretty cool. It's range 6, so not great. Assault 1, Strength 6, AP 4, Damage 2. That's a pretty good range. I mean, it's short range, but I think that's a pretty good ranged weapon. Like Strength 6, AP 4. Like that's nuts.
Yeah, but it's only one shot, right?
Assault 1, yeah.
Yeah, so you're only killing one Space Marine.
But you figure these are groups, these are group of like 6 dudes though.
But you said that was a
No, this is the
a relic.
Weapon. These are the weapons for the Shining Spears. Sorry.
Okay.
I was just talking about the bikes specifically for the other one, and that bike is just for that guy. But the spear is these weapons on these guys.
Got it. Which is cool because so like in melee you could also shoot that too. So you get a gun in melee and you have your melee attacks.
Right. And then the melee attack of it is strength +1. So what you think they're probably strength 4 or
5? Probably 4, honestly.
Yeah, AP 4, damage 2, And then
That's cool.
when you charge, the attack is strength +3 though.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
like if you're a 4 by default or a 3 by default, then you're at least a 6 or 7 strength.
yeah, they're gonna be 4 for sure.
Yeah,
So
like
it's gonna be 7.
so that's pretty cool. That's a pretty good like
Yeah,
and then you're able to retreat and charge in the same turn, so you can always get that charge attack off.
yeah.
Um, so that's good. Uh, so there's another article that was pretty funny. It was they did like a combat test of the Avatar, and they just started doing this just one v oneing a lot of things. And listen to some of these these numbers. So the first off, they did Avatar versus the Redemptor Dreadnought, which is that just the regular like a little bit upgraded Dreadnought.
The Primaris Dreadnought, right?
No, it's just a
Oh, okay.
regular, yeah. So after all its attacks initially, well, the Dreadnought went first. After all its attacks, it only did 2 wounds to the Avatar. And then, how about you? We'll play a guessing game. How many wounds do you think the Avatar did after the
How
first?
many attacks does the Avatar have?
We talked about it last week. It has a lot, but it does a lot of damage. It has like a few, but it does a lot of damage per hit.
What did he like one shot it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did 16 wounds. Yeah. So that's pretty crazy. The second fight was the Avatar versus Meridius Calgar, the leader of the Ultramarines, right? That's who that is?
No, he's not the leader. But
Oh, no, that's
yeah.
the other guy. Yeah. So Calgar, he did 1 damage. That's including his ranged attack and his melee attack. Like
Gross.
total, he only did 1. I mean, that's also dice, remember?
True.
And then the Avatar did 9 in the first round, so it killed him. Then they did Avatar versus the Keeper of Secrets, which is the Slaanesh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Slaanesh like thing, Xerxes guy. So the Keeper did 6 damage to the Avatar, which is good because that's the first time we're able to do a pretty big number, and I would be happy with 6 damage to something. But then the Avatar did 17 to the Keeper of Secrets. So that's funny. And then this one was really funny. They did the Avatar versus the entire Chaos half of the Eldritch Omens battle box.
So what's in that box?
It's like 2 units of Space Marines, a leader, and then like some other thing. I forget.
Oh, it has a Forge Fiend in it, doesn't it?
I don't know. But they still
Like,
lost. The Avatar.
that's like insult to injury because like everyone, all the Chaos players are like, we don't have 2 wound Space Marines.
So he got like, so I think he got pretty beat up. The Avatar got pretty beat up, but the Avatar still won at the end. And then lastly, oh no, not lastly, the second before the last one, they did Avatar versus a completely decked out Baneblade. So the Baneblade shot 34 shots at the Avatar and did 7 wounds.
How?
Because its save is ridiculous. It has like a 2-up invuln. Or 3-up invuln?
Stupid.
I think we talked about last week. And then the Avatar was able to do 10 wounds to it right afterwards. And then in the second round, the Avatar almost died, but did 28 wounds to the Baneblade and killed it.
That's too strong. Like obviously he's gonna be a Lord of War, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like looking at this, he's not gonna be heavy. There's no way because like if like how many wounds is he gonna have? A Baneblade has freaking like 40 wounds.
I think it has like I think we went over it last week. Let me check the notes. I think it was like 20 or something. What was it? It was Avatar, Eldar Guardians, Aspect Warriors. No, it wasn't last week. It was probably before that. I can't go.
Okay, either way, it's stupid.
Yeah. And then lastly, he went up against Mortarion. If you don't know who Mortarion is, he's the leader of the
Lord of Nurgle.
He only took 8 wounds, Mortarion.
Oh, too bad it's not 7.
Then he took the Avatar down to 7 wounds. And then he won. The Mortarion won in the second round of combat.
So it takes a literal god.
It takes the Primarch of Nurgle or whatever
Jesus
to kill the Avatar. So, I mean, if that's something, I mean, the Baneblade beating taken down is a little disappointing.
More than a little.
But I mean, the Avatar is pretty gross, right? Like, I mean, we looked at its stats. Its weapons are really strong. It has a lot of damage mitigation.
Yeah, but like, look at the things they didn't make it fight. They didn't make it fight a knight. They didn't make it fight.
That's true.
Gazgul. They didn't
But
make
we've
it
already talked
fight.
about it before. It can one shot a knight. We know that the Avatar can one shot a
It
knight.
has the ability to one shot a knight, but can a knight dish out more damage to it than a freaking Baneblade? You know what I
don't
mean?
think so, because the knight's save isn't as good as the Avatar.
Yeah, but at least he has. But no, I know. But at least the Baneblade, the knight could always have a 4-up.
Yeah.
At the least, and so they didn't fight a knight. They didn't fight Gazgul. Gazgul could only take 4 wounds in melee. Like,
yeah.
So there's that.
And
like,
if you think about it too, like Calgar is a pretty old model. Redemptor Dread.
No,
awesome.
they updated him. He's pretty beefy now.
But like the Dreadnought, it's not that great. I think
they didn't fight.
Fighting the whole half of a battle box, though, that's a little disappointing.
Definitely.
Maybe that's like 1,000 points, though. But I'd like to see how many points. We don't know how many points the Avatar is either. That's a fair point too, because like
but it is a Lord of War. Like, I think we could just assume at this point it is a Lord of War.
A heavy choice. It's like you just put it in there.
Yeah, so like they didn't make it fight. What is it, Canis Rex either? So it's like that would have been good to see. He's the Primarch of the Ultramarines, so that's a Lord of War.
Canis Rex, the leader of the.
Is it Canis Rex?
No, Canis Rex is the big Imperial Knight. The
Imperial Knight. What's his name? Help me. Do your job.
I thought Calgar was. I thought
Meridius No, it's not Calgar anymore. It's not Calgar anymore. He got replaced.
Is it Cortez? Cortez?
It's
like this Party
Taylor.
You gotta take it off YouTube.
It's just like you do 5 seconds.
It's an open source because you're singing it. It's a
exactly. It's a shitty version. Let's go here.
Everyone, I know the 3 people that listen are like, it's this guy. What are you doing? You just type in Primaris Ultramarine Primarch. Did you just type that in?
No, I'm Gilliman.
Gilliman.
Gilligan's
Island?
Yes. Gilliman. Rebuke Gilliman. That's Lord of War. That's a Lord of War.
Is that a new model, or is that the old world model? Like, not old world, but the Horse Heresy.
Primarch of the Ultramarines. No, he's real.
He's alive?
Rebuke Gilliman. Yeah, he's Lord of War. So it's like I would like to see what he could do as well.
Okay. So that's enough of the Avatar shenanigans. I want to see how good this thing really is. Like when it gets to competitions and tournaments and stuff like that, we'll see what it is. I mean, again, it's dice also.
I know, but a Stompa has freaking 80 wounds and it would die.
Maybe they're hamming it up a little bit for the article. Who knows? Like this could be.
I feel like they are.
This could be not completely genuine.
It's all fake news.
Yeah. So then we talk about the fire prisms. The fire prison cannon has 2 different shots. It has dispersed pulse, that has range 60. It's 3d3, strength 6, AP 2, damage 2 with blast. And then it has the focus lance, which is range 60 again, heavy 2, strength 14, AP 5, damage 3d3. Strong. not bad, I think. I think that's really good.
I wish it was 3d3 plus something though.
Well, so then they showed this stratagem that you can use with the fire prisms. And it's called Link.
Yeah,
it's the whole triangle thing. But
this
what wasn't a stratagem before? Probably, I don't know.
I think it was.
So you can select 3 fire prisms within 12 of each other, and then the first one that you select gets to make 2 additional attacks with its focused lance profile weapon. And then the other, and you can't take invuln saves against those attacks. And then the other fire prisms cannot shoot their prism cannon though. So
you lose
2 shots from the other guys, like 1 shot each from the other
guys. You lose more than that technically. You could lose up to 6.
Well, yeah, because if you don't use the focus lance. Yeah. This is for if you really need to take down something.
Yeah.
I think that it's good. It lets you shoot 3 times with that weapon. On
wouldn't it be 4?
No, 3 times, right? Because it's
2 additional attacks.
Yeah, so 1 plus the 2. Oh, 2.
Heavy 2. It's heavy 2.
Oh, okay. So then So then it'd be 6 attacks. 6 attacks?
4.
It's 2 additional attacks for each fire prism you pick.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
That one makes 2 additional attacks with that weapon using that weapon's focus lens profile for each other 5 prism models. Okay, yeah. So,
So it'd be
6 total.
Yeah.
6 strength, 14 attacks is great.
Yeah. So it's like, get out of my face. And you obviously would pick the one that's in range of the, like, that can see the one that you want to shoot the best, whatever.
Yeah, so max you're doing 27 points of damage.
Yeah. Nothing to scoff at. Unless you're fighting your Dread Sauron.
I scoff a little.
Unless you're fighting the Dread Sauron. Why do you scoff?
Just because, like, okay, so obviously they're not. Sorry, they're a different faction, right? So it's like the railgun's way better than this. Like the Tau railgun's better than this. However, it's only heavy 1. So I feel like it has like the was it like 3? It's like 2d6 damage plus 3 or something. Like it just seems way better. This is probably cheaper in points and stuff like that.
You're saying the Fire Prism seems better?
No, I was saying the Tau tank just seems better.
Well, yeah, but remember the other thing too. I think the Eldar tanks aren't the greatest. Like I think.
No, yeah. I know that you're building it around an army theme, and it's not apples to apples. It's by no means is. But I'm just saying, like, okay, how's this? Would you rather it have been 3d3 or 2d6? Because you're only doing 9 damage, potentially with this. I think 12 sounds a lot better.
Yeah, I don't know. It does sound better, but I think 3d3 is fine. I don't think it needs to go more.
I feel like it should.
I don't know. With the maneuverability and stuff that these guys have, I don't think we need to be adding more damage to them.
I just feel like with all the freaking invulnerable saves that everyone has, that's what I'm not invulnerable saves, the feel no pains.
Yeah.
That everyone has. So it's like you're gonna do 9 points of damage, and then someone's gonna roll their 9 feel no pains that it's like a 5 up, and they're gonna get like, so they're only gonna take like 4 damage. You know what I mean? And it's like it's a lot of effort for like, and this is strength 14. Like this is a strong weapon. This should be doing a shit ton of damage.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll have to see how it plays on the table. I mean, they obviously
like let me test roll 3d3 real quick. Well, let me just test roll.
They've obviously play tested these.
I know, and I'm not a play tester, but I'm just saying. All right, let me get some 3d3 out here. All right, here we go.
Google to do it.
No, I'm gonna do it right here. It's live. You can hear the dice roll. Ready? I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. I did 5 damage.
That's not bad.
So that's two attacks. If both hit, I did 10 damage. And then now you're gonna roll your 10 feel no pains at 5 ups. Up, saved 2. Saved another 1. Saved another 1, and then last dice didn't save it. So I saved 3 out of 10, so I took 7. It's like it's just weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's fine.
All right, fine, you placater.
No, I'm just saying, like, I think, they did what, I mean, 7 is average on 2d6, right? So what is the average of 3d3?
It's gonna be less because it's less numbers.
Average result of 3d3 dice. Let's see if that's like a thing. So the average result is 2 on a for a D3, so it would be 6.
So 6.
So it's
one less damage.
It's less, but not.
That's all I'm saying.
Not significant. I think it's
no, but
I think
when you're talking about doing 7 damage versus 8, especially when things have a lot of wounds and then feel no pains and all that stuff, I just feel like it's better. Personally.
Okay.
And I didn't say 3d6. I just said 2d6.
Yeah. That's why I said 2d6. The average of 2d6 is...
Or honestly, even if it was just 3d3 plus 2. Shit, even plus 1.
They might have stratagems that add that, though, or...
No, I know.
I'm
just saying.
Ways to add that stuff, too, though.
I'm just saying it could be better.
So speaking of stratagems, they did a preview of those, and so there's a couple that they showed. This one called Virtuosos of the Webway, and that lets you pick a Harlequin unit that's not engaged, and you can put them into reserves. So you can just take them off the table and be like, they're in reserves now.
That's good to get them out of hairy, sticky situations.
Right. Well, I figure sticky situation would be them about to get killed in melee, but you can't do it when you're engaged. So
Yeah, but like let's say in the turn
but I
before,
think it's
someone dropped like what is it? Drop potted down some like a big huge group of people, or someone did the green tide and moved a 30 squad of boys right next to you, like just and then they didn't make the charge, just pull them out. Be like, okay, no, I'm gone.
well, it could also probably be more like you finished one side of the board, you need to redeploy to the other side. So
Yeah.
the other one called Avengers of the Assyrian allows you to select the Dire Avenger unit that is not at full strength to shoot again. So you can make them shoot again in
If they're
combat.
dying.
Well, like if they just lost one guy to like a shot from the first round, then you do that anyway. You shoot twice.
Yeah.
Someone called War Dancers allows the Harlequins to fight again in melee. One for Phoenix Reborn that lets a Phoenix Lord come back to life on a 4-up when it is destroyed, and it comes back with D3 wounds left on it. So that's cool. So you can have you can save your guy a little bit. I don't know about how that goes for scoring and stuff. So maybe they would still get some points, or maybe they don't. One called Mocking Laughter, and that lets you select an enemy unit near a Death Jester, and they cannot use the Insane Bravery stratagem. I don't know why they called that one out specifically. Who has that one? What is that?
That just is a sniper.
Well, no, it makes the enemy not be able to use Insane Bravery as the stratagem. Maybe it's just like a general one that everyone can use that makes it.
So yeah, I think the Death Jester could target HQs and ignore what is it, lookout sirs kind of thing. Like they don't have they could, because like in the rule of 40k you can't target an HQ unit if there's something closer to you. So he gets to ignore that rule. So maybe there's a rule, maybe that rule that you're talking about
I think this is
makes it so you have to target specific.
I think what the stratagem is, I think it makes it so you auto pass a morale check. I think that's what that one might be.
Okay.
Because it also makes it so you cannot re-roll any morale that you roll. So that's cool. And then talking about the Avatar, there's one for the Avatar. It's called the Avatar Resurgent, and
It's called death, and it kills half your opponent's army.
So it kind of is. So if the Avatar hasn't fought yet and it's killed, you get to let it fight. It gets to fight before it dies.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
With +2 attacks, it gives it 2 more attacks. Now,
I mean, that's not fair, but
well, I'm assuming it's bracketed severely at this point.
True.
But it is a living thing. Do living things bracket? They do, because the magma drop and stuff does. So I don't know.
Yeah, they're gonna they'll tell you what because I think they usually specify at full strength.
It doesn't say that, so it would. Just
so I wonder if that'll be fixed when they bring it out, on if you're doing full strength or not full strength.
Yeah, from what they showed, it's not. There's one called Eldritch Storm that lets Farseers do like a special psychic action that does like D3 mortal wounds plus some additional wounds based on like how many times you like empower that attack to a unit. And then there's one called Shield Discharge, and it makes so that an enemy can't use Overwatch or set to defend, and makes them -1 to hit you. So some more like a lot of survivability stuff I'm seeing in the Eldar.
Debuffs and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, like they have like a lot of +1s and then -1s to the enemy, and then like a lot of invuln saves being thrown around. So that'll be interesting to see how they kind of play once they come out. I mean, they're out, but like out.
Yeah.
So that's it for 40k. And now we can move into some Age of
Let's
Sigmar.
get to the good part.
Are you just gonna sing TikTok songs in the background like while we do this?
Hell yeah! You need to put a soundboard on. Magma Droths or Battle Line. Let's do this.
Well, stop it! You're spoiling it for everyone, including yourself.
Everyone's been spoiled. Let's do this.
So first, we're starting with the Eden Death.
Oh my god!
Because we're going from farthest back to newest, right? So this is the preview of the Achillean Alapexes, which are the sharks.
Right.
So
wait, do I get to sing another TikTok song?
You can sing Baby Shark.
No, because then you'll definitely get knocked.
So they have the Razor Cell Harpoon Launcher. That's range 24, has 4 attacks. It's 3 to hit, 3 to wound, Ren 1, damage D3. So that's pretty cool. 4 attacks with damage D3. All these guys and 3s and 3s. That's a pretty good range weapon.
It's better than the other cannon.
It has a new ability called a Merciless Shiver, and it allows Allopex units with more than one model to remain coherent, within 3 inches of each other instead of 1 inch. So you're putting these Allopexes in groups of like squads, I guess. These sharks are in squads now, and they can be coherent within 3 inches of each other, which is crazy. And then there's then they're talking about the enclaves, which are like the sub factions. So the Futan one, the Wu Tang one, it's Futan, will now be able to take the sharks as battle line. So not only can you have turtles as battle line if you choose that a different one, but if you want to use sharks as battle line, you can choose this one. The Futan allegiance ability, Bloodthirsty Shiver. So like how the turtles were getting a different monstrous rampage. I don't think the Allopexes are monsters. So you get to pick a unit in like the Shiver, which is the squad of Allopexes, I guess is what they're calling it. It's a lot of weird words. I don't know if that's what you call a group of sharks. Is that what you call a group of sharks?
Because I'm totally the expert.
So any hit of a 6 for the Ferocious Bites does 2 hits instead of 1. And if the attacking unit is within 3 inches of another shark, then it does 3 hits instead of 2. So you can get, so if it has like 4 jaws attack, it probably has 2 jaws attacks. You'll probably most likely be getting 4 to 6 attacks or something like that. I don't know.
I love these sharks. They look cool.
Yeah, they do look cool.
I think having more of them on the field is great, and it's cool because it gives you like, aren't the eels battle line or are they not battle line?
They are.
Yeah, so that's cool because now you can have the sharks.
They are if you choose the Achillean King, I think, as your
gotcha.
Leader.
Yeah, it's more options like to an already limited army. So it's like, let's give them more battle line. Everything should be battle line.
Well, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about this in a little bit. But after we cover the Fire Slayers news, which you already alluded to, that Magmadroths are now battle line. So that is if you take the Lofnir Lodge. It adds 2 to the wounds of all Magmadroths.
Nice. So that's just like Thunder Lizard.
Yeah, and it allows players to give mount traits to 3 Magmadroths instead of just 1. And it can't be the same one; it has to be different ones.
Obviously.
And it's so what you can do. It's the Auric Runesen on Magmadroth that is battle line. It's not the priest. It's the guy that.
Yeah.
It's the main axe guy. So cool. So I think you can have a maximum of, I think you have 6 on a team or something like that. You can have like a leader one, like a couple leader ones. Like you have the priest, and you can have the Auric Runesen leader, and then you can have the 3 battle line, and then you can have a lot. You can have a lot of Magmadroths. Speaking of Magmadroths, they have updated their Roaring Firestream. Finally, this is the ranged attack. If you remember when we fight, I have to roll against your morale, and then I only do damage if it's higher than your morale or higher than your morale. So that sucks, and that's the only time it does damage. It's not like a roll to hit, roll to wound. Now it's a regular attack. It does as many you get as many attacks as there are models in the target unit, to a maximum of 10. So if I'm shooting a unit of 20, I still get 10 attacks. But if I'm shooting one guy, I only get 1 attack. It rolls to hit and wounds on a 3, and it has rend 1, damage 1. If you didn't shoot in the previous turn, though, the AP becomes 2. So that's pretty cool. I like it. I like it that you can save it up. You're not getting it on the first turn, so you'll be able to, on the next turn, you'll be able to do a better AP2 attack. The 1 damage kind of sucks. I wish it was a little higher, but I get it. I get it.
Yeah, it's because we're talking about big groups of enemies potentially.
Yeah.
And you're getting 10 attacks basically every single time.
Yeah.
And you start out hitting on 2s, not 3. You start out hitting on 2s.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
And then it goes all the way up to 5, unfortunately. But it looks like they're giving you more wounds though, because what are your wounds right now? 14.
I don't
but you're getting 16 at least because you
Well,
get
that's
plus 2.
it's 16 if you pick that one. But
Yeah. So
the fire attack always happens no matter what, though. You don't have to choose the Lofnir Lodge. And this is good. I mean,
yeah.
this is adding, because I think right now everyone uses the same lodge, which is the one that lets you have not have to take morale if you're by a objective.
Mhm.
Which is, I mean, that's good. But you can vary it a little bit. I think there's another lodge that people pick. I forget what it is. But it's cool. It's cool. I mean, okay, so now here's my gripe though. I think it's a little lazy instead of giving
you a new model.
right, instead of creating new models, they're just making things battle line now.
Okay, but we don't know. So you can't really say that because we don't know if they're not going to.
Right.
But yes, currently, yes, I agree 100%.
Yeah, because like we're getting the turtles as battle line, we're getting the sharks as battle line, we're getting these guys as battle line. I'm like
100% agree with you.
Like we don't want. They're like, okay, we made monsters really strong in this edition, but we don't want to make new monsters, so let's just make the old monsters battle line.
Yeah, you don't get any new units, and these are the 2 armies I would say that have the least amount of stuff in them.
Like Iron Jaws have the least. But
okay, yeah, but you're part of the orc clan, so the orcs, so you can use whatever you want.
Right.
But and these people don't have that option, so it's like I just feel like I feel like it is definitely lazy, and like you're missing out on new units that could happen. I know COVID and all this other stuff, but it's like they're coming out with new sculpts for all this 40k stuff, but they're not putting any effort into Sigmar.
Yeah, well, I think 40k is their breadwinner, right?
100% it is. 100% it is. And I'm not saying it's not, but I'm just saying like Henry Cavill plays Sigmar. He doesn't play 40k. Like
no, doesn't he? He plays Custodes, doesn't he?
Oh, that's right, he does. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, so speaking of that big bastard, we can talk about him later.
Yeah,
because he got to tour the Warhammer.
He's not
offices.
bastard.
No, he's not. I mean, bastard in a good way.
Warhammer World. He went to Warhammer World.
Yeah. But so that's it for Age of Sigmar. That's my one complaint is that I feel like it's just kind of like instead of making new models, let's just give them old models and more roles. But whatever. So Rumor Engine this week was a wing. Now, I had a bunch of guesses, but I think the obvious guess is Tyranids. I think
it's Tyranid wing. It's a Tyranid wing,
right? Like I think because they're next. Their codex is next for 40k.
Mm-hmm.
They said that after a few weeks ago. So that's the obvious guess, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, it's warriors. The wing's small. They're adding wings. They're giving us winged warriors now.
Oh, okay.
So it's basically what it kind of looks like is because it's a smaller wing, right? Yeah. And we already have gargoyles already exist. Yeah. So it's not going to be like a fast attack option. It's going to be the winged Tyranid warrior. Mm-hmm. Like I would bet $100 on it right now. Yeah. But like I bet you it is.
I was also, for fun guesses, I put maybe Soul Blight for some more vampire
It would be
models.
really cool for a Gene Stealer cult army leader with wings. Because they don't have one. They don't have any. There's no flying in a Gene Stealer cult's army.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Well, unless you choose.
I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure there isn't one, and I think it'd be really cool to have like a flying leader or something like that. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, so like my guess,
like a more humanoid one.
Yeah, my more guesses were like Soul Blight for some more vampires, Flesh Eater Courts, same thing, but also like maybe like a Chaos Demon of some type. But Tyranids makes the most sense.
Yeah.
And that's it for Warhammer.
Woo!
What you got going on?
Absolutely nothing. Yeah. Tomrats has not released anything new. The current upcoming releases listed on their website are still Electra, Daredevil, and the Hand, as well as Nick Fury and the Shield agents, as well as the Quinjet. And those should all come out in March. They have nothing else on the website, on the carousel right now.
Did we talk about Electra?
Haven't had any new. We did.
Okay.
Talked about last week. There's no new news in terms of Crisis Protocol. Fantasy Flight Games has released tournament packs for Star Wars Armada and Star Wars X-Wing. These include like new movement tools and cards and prizes and stuff like that. They all look pretty cool.
Those are for Adepticon, right?
Yeah. So it's like they're just cool looking cards and tools and stuff like that. But other than that, like it's all quiet on the Western Front over here.
All right, cool. Well, that's really it. I mean, Henry Cavill got to visit a Warhammer world, and that was
Yeah.
pretty cool. I like to see famous people geek out over the same stuff that I geek out about.
They're normal. They're just like
Yeah,
me.
well, and he's cool. He's not like a stupid guy.
Yeah.
Um,
He's hot with a
um,
W.
yeah, okay. But yeah, I mean, that's all. For me, do you have? We don't have any questions from the audience. Again, you guys are lacking. You guys need to ask us a question. Ask
I'm
us.
disappointed.
I am
At this
disappointed. I
point,
am disappointed too.
I'm
Episode
gonna
6.
tell my wife to comment.
He's gonna have your. I'm gonna have my. Yeah, I'll do the same thing for mine too.
Yeah, yeah. We should get Pradana to comment. The guy who doesn't even play any of these games.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
do you have any questions? Do you have a question for this week?
No, I'm excited to go to Frankenstein's tomorrow and take a look
Frankenstein!
around, and hopefully we can find some tactic stuff.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
I watched Spider-Man: Homecoming last night, and
Ooh!
I really Homecoming, the first one.
Oh, not the new one. Sorry,
No,
got
I have not.
confused.
I've yet to see the new one, but it makes me
Same.
really want a vulture and a rhino for Crisis Protocol. Like,
I like that. That
really
vulture.
bad.
That vulture
That vulture's really
specifically
cool.
is really cool. I think Michael
Yeah.
Keaton. I think that's one of my top villains for the Marvel movies because one, they didn't
Well,
kill him. Like,
yes,
not,
they didn't kill
like,
him.
not killing the villains is like something that's really important for Marvel.
Yeah.
You're gonna run out of stuff, and you're gonna start digging, scraping the bottom of the barrel, and then we're gonna get Polka Dot Man. Like,
Well, it's so predictable, right? Like at
it's
the end of
so
it,
bad. Like,
you're getting all this stuff.
like for me, like them not showing Ultron being killed by Vision at the end, that
Yes.
that opens up possibilities, right? I think, and Ultron is a big villain. He should come back. Blah 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 blah. So I think
Yeah.
like not killing them is important. I mean, you had to kill Thanos. Fine.
He didn't really have to. He was not a threat anymore.
Yeah, but I'm fine with it. I'm not like pissed off about it. I'm not like, but killing like Red Skull, killing off um all the other people.
Oh yeah, you can't even name him. Killmonger.
Yeah, Killmonger.
Come on, I'm gonna keep going, Dale. Keep going. Come on. Mysterio. Peter Parker killed him. He's a bad man.
No, he killed himself. Okay. And then who? I'm like so blank right now.
They killed Whiplash in Iron Man 2.
Yeah, well, all the Iron Man
they killed Obadiah Stane.
Yeah.
Iron Man dead. Those aren't Disney movies though. So it's like they're not really canon. So I wonder.
The Mandarin.
Yeah, the Mandarin, Ben Kingsley. No, he's not.
No, the other guy, the white guy who was like, I'm the real
Was he white?
one.
Oh, okay.
That guy who was like the
I
fire
don't
guy?
think he was white, but yeah, I know who you're talking
He's
about.
definitely white.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah,
That guy. I was talking about the guy in Iron Man 1 who we all thought was Mandarin because he had 10 rings.
Yeah, no.
That guy.
No.
Yeah. Okay, this isn't a movie podcast, but anyways, yeah. So I really want like a vulture and I really want my rhino. Rhino's my boy.
I want a scorpion and rhino pack because that way I can get the scorpion part.
No, it would definitely be a scorpion vulture pack for sure.
Oh yeah.
Because like Rhino is gonna be like a juggernaut pack. He's gonna be like size 4.
You hope he is, but what if he's not?
I hope he, dude. If it's like, it would be so cool if it was the Andrew Garfield like Rhino. I like the mech suit Rhino. I like all Rhino versions. I love. I don't care who's in it or whatever. What's his name? Paul Giamatti was the Rhino. Like that was. Oh my god! And he had a Gundam, a Rhino Gundam.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, that made me really want that. What else? Oh, DC miniature game. They announced that the Red Lantern Corps pack. They didn't show like the models. They had like an outline of them all.
Right.
But you get Dexstar the cat. No, Atrocious is already out.
Oh, okay.
So he's not a part of the pack. But you get Dexstar the cat.
Yeah.
You get the I forget the name of the ball guy. Red Lantern Corps miniature game.
And you're telling me they didn't have Mr. Freeze at Comic?
No, they didn't. They don't have him. They have
Do they still have the Batman stuff there though?
Yeah. They have a bunch, and they have some of the new stuff. They just didn't have that.
Well, yeah, it just came out, so they probably not.
Yeah. Let me see. Images. It was a tease this week. I'm seeing if I can find it. Who are their names? What are their names? I want to know your names. But yeah, I think there's 4 of them in there. Besides the atrocities, because he's already out. So you get, come on, load. Yeah, there is. Zealous Zox is his name, the ball guy.
Okay.
You get Dexstar. You get the girl. God,
The girl. You get the girl.
Could this picture be even more blurrier? Like, honestly.
Dude, yeah. Night models, look. They're from
They
Spain.
have really cool models.
But, okay.
Their customer service and their everything else sucks.
They have cool models. But I don't like the scale. I don't like realistic scale. I don't like
the translation.
I don't like the realistic scale of their models, the proportions. Like it makes the hands really small, very fragile. I think it's not great.
Well, when I say translation, I mean the rules. They're not translated well.
God, well, they're just so much, just so long.
Yeah. It's an interesting system, though. I do like it.
Yeah, there's just a lot of rules. This is very rules heavy.
You just don't like it because it's DC.
No. I remember I wanted to play Bane and everything like that, but when I got 5 pages of rules for my
no, that's
guys,
the Batman miniature game. I'm talking the DC miniature game. The
Yeah.
Batman miniature game is very complicated.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
That's why I would rather play the DC miniature game. It's so much better.
Yeah, I just don't know where I would do if I would do. I'll think about it, but I don't know what I do. I have all my models still, so they're not gone.
Oh, I don't. I had tossed them.
Jesus. All right.
You gotta get rid of things, okay? It does not spark joy.
They take up no space. Right.
They do take up space.
All right. Well, I think that's it for this week. Thanks for listening.
Fine. Cut me off. Be like that.
What do you want to talk about, Robert? What do you want to talk about?
Nothing. I'm done.
Okay. And then thanks for listening. Please like, comment, subscribe. Please leave a comment. Please ask us a question.
Or we'll force it.
Please send this to your friends. Tell your friends about me. Yeah. I mean, other than that, we'll see you next week.